Today in this video I'll show you how native is able to keep track of new Bitcoin blocks and is able to tell whether a new transaction that has been produced in Bitcoin is correct or not, or you can say the new transaction submitted from Bitcoin to the chain itself, to native chain, is valid or not. For this we have a process called Relayer, which takes the data from Bitcoin chain and posts it to the native chain. And yeah, so for this demo we have three processes. One is the Bitcoin node itself, second is the light client that is running on the native chain, and third is the relayer itself. So I'll quickly walk you through this. First we have the node running here. We can query this node by doing this. We can see this is the chain running in reg test mode. The latest block height is 265. We can produce more blocks manually by doing generate. Now we have produced one more block. If I check again, I'll see that okay, block height has increased by 1. If I generate more blocks, I can do this. Now the block height is 271. Now let's look at the light client. Right. So here if I run the light client, if I'll just show you the data file, it's just telling what kind of network we are running and then what's the start height and how many starting block headers we have. Here we have 20 block headers, which means that it already has track of starting 20 blocks, and on top of it now it will start to listen. If I run this, you'll see that it's able to track that there are 20 blocks, and it says that 13. So 13 here means that 13 blocks are finalized, and because there are like after 13 there are 7 more blocks, so meaning that if you have 7 more blocks, it's very less likely that block 13 is going to be reopened. And now the light client is listening at this point. So we have the Bitcoin node running, we have the light client running. Now we just need to run the relayer. Okay. So to run it, I'll just run this command. Okay. So it says that it's able to connect to the Bitcoin node. It's able to get that latest height is 271. It's able to connect to the light client. It's able to see that latest height, finalized height is 13. So it takes all the new blocks from block 14 to 271 and posts them to the light client. Once it does that, it starts listening to the new blocks. So if I produce a new block here, right, and I go back to relayer, I'll see that it was able to see that a new block has been produced. And also if I produce a block every time, a new transaction is going to be there with it. So it's able to send the new block header. It's also able to create an SPV proof of that transaction. So we have one transaction, there will be one proof. So it submits that proof and then gets the response, right? So if we check what the response is, you'll see it got the proof and it said that okay, the proof is valid but the block is not finalized, which essentially means that the transaction is part of a block, but the block that it is part of is not yet finalized, because in this case it's the latest block, right? So I'll show you another case where if we post an incorrect proof, what happens then. So here I'm just modifying how the proof is generated, simply to create an incorrect proof. Okay, so let me generate one new block, go back, it's generated a new proof, sent it and got a response. If I check what the response is, you'll see the proof is invalid. So yeah, that's it, and thank you.